Please dong
の
jangan.
旅を終えて、スメールの魔人任務はついに最終章を迎え。
Oke, udah mulai.
Explore the upcoming content with all of you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Alejandro Saab, and I'm the voice of Sinode. Hopefully everyone's gotten to know Sinode a little better during this
Look at
version.
that.
And we've still got plenty of Sinode coming our way in the upcoming version, too.
And I'm sure lots of travelers are super excited to see what version 3.2 has in store for us. So let's jump right in and start with our new version trailer.
Let's do it!
Let's go. Let's go.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. We have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape.
Huh? Did I just see something dart by?
Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
Dia ngawasin Dottore, guys.
Amazing.
Udah keluar ya, udah keluar ya.
How it feels to walk out of that
Udah
cage
keluar
with me.
Nahida.
Yeah.
Kawaii na.
Hey,
Enak banget musiknya ya.
make yourself at home. Yeah.
Waduh, ini sih cute
But now
banget ya.
doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling.
Itu udah menjual banget sih, coy.
Is it too late for an extension?
Wah, musiknya bagus banget loh. Nahida dan juga Layla ya.
Not now. Stars, shine for me.
Asik, guys. Oke, ini debut terbaru Dendrohypostasis. Oh ya, ini mirip yang Hydro ya.
Luckily, there is still some
Cryo.
time left for me to take care of
Hydro,
everything
Hydro.
before I leave.
So, you think this is
Wah,
over?
lihat itu.
Wait. No. I can't.
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world.
The balladeer has
Siapa ini?
already become a
Scaramouche.
god?
No wonder your own people have abandoned you.
Tiba-tiba musiknya nih
God of
anjir lah.
wisdom.
Gue merinding kambing. Pakai headphone teman-teman, gue merinding botak.
At my command, you shall fall. My endless cycle begins. Your ploy was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
Wah, Milo ikut gelut juga kan nanti.
I must admit that I'm a little scared.
Full form, go
But
kill.
I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Aduh, sayang banget kenapa mesti
plan is
Claymore
even
bisa
more
terus.
radical than I imagined.
Brothers, let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Wah, sendiri itu.
You betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
Let's go, Etan. Wah,
Creating a
merinding
god.
parah.
We are using human wisdom to create a god. Let us reenact the scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god.
Anjir, kita cuma berdua doang loh sama Nahida guys lawan si Susanoo ini. Berdua doang, kocak. Oke, apa sih namanya nih? Redeem code. Waduh. Sampai naik ke ubun-ubun. Asam. Asam lambung naik ke otak, guys. Berapa nih ya? 6 SP 942 Z3 XV WH. Wah, gila, gue merindingnya pas lihat itu juga tuh, Susanoo full formnya ya. Gokil. Oke, ini dari redeem code pertama ada di deskripsi, di pin komen kawan-kawan. Langsung aja gaskon. Thank you yang ada join member
So,
tadi.
we've got a lot to unpack from that trailer.
Oh, Sagami ya? Benar
After
merinding dong. Iya,
experiencing
Pak.
the Sub-Zerus Festival, Samsara, and surviving our journey through the desert, we'll finally get to the riveting end of the Sumeru Archon quest in version 3.2. Picking up right where we left off, the Traveler is teaming up with some amazing characters to face the Academia and rescue Sumeru's Archon. But I'm sure the first thing everyone's wondering is how we're going to save the Dendro Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Dan yang
Now, he has
paling
been locked up by the doctor
yang
inside
paling
the
bikin
sanctuary
gue
of
terkejut juga
Suristana.
itu adalah cuman
It's not like we can
Ether
just
dan
go
juga
walking in
Nahida
there.
plus Paimon
And
juga
on top
ternyata
of that,
guys
we're
yang
dealing with two of the
yang
Fatu
duel sama
Harbingers
si
now.
Skramus ini.
We've got the Balladeer in his super powerful looking
Ngeri
boss
banget.
form, as well as the Doctor, who seems to be a real
Sepertinya
tricky
timnya
one
akan
to predict.
dibagi ya. Satu sisi
I'm not
akan
gonna
ada
lie,
yang
the
awasi
Traveler really has his hands full with this one.
si ini.
Yeah, definitely a
Ada
tricky
yang awasi si
situation.
Dottore pergerakannya.
Totally.
Mungkin itu
And
timnya
besides
si
these two harbingers, we can be
Dehya.
sure the Grand Sage will also be on
Nah,
his
kalau
guard.
Seno sepertinya lebih
But
ke
hey,
akademia
with the help of two insiders
dan
like
para
Sino
Aramid juga
and
tadi ya. Kalau
Alhaitham,
kita lihat ya.
we might just have a way into the Academia.
Well, as the General Mahamatra, Sino also has his own agenda. After being tracked and predicted by
Skillnya
the
ngeri banget ya, guys,
Academia
ya.
for all these years, this might just be his chance to settle the score.
And if we're hoping to truly save Sumeru, we'll definitely need the power of the Dendro Archon to help us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how
Apakah
everyone's
kejadian
hard work and
Boss
coordination
World Child
plays out.
terjadi?
And I don't know about you guys, but
Maksudnya
besides
kayak
saving
gimana tuh?
Nahida, I'm also curious how we're going to save Irminsul. Plus, we still don't know the meaning behind the words that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left us. World, forget me.
Well, travelers will be able to personally unravel the answers to all these questions in their own journeys through version 3.2.
You know, I'm actually kind of curious what the future for Sumeru will be once they get through all of this and, well, you know, what will happen to the crew we've been working with along the way.
Yeah, same.
Asli
I
gak
just
sabar
hope
banget ini
things will
untuk
work
Archon
out for
Story-nya
everyone
dijalanin
affected by
ntar ya.
Elazar,
Pas
like
rilis
Junior
langsung lagi
Side
kita
and College.
gas kan Archon Story kawan-kawan.
And we can't forget
No
the
ways, thank
desert
you udah join
dwellers who
member.
have been mistreated all these years. There's a lot that needs to change
Dan
for them
Nahida
too.
di sini kayak tante-tante.
So be sure not to miss Chapter 5 of the Archon Quest, Akasha Pulses, the Kulpa Flame Rises. It'll be quite the ride, and I hope everyone will enjoy it.
Yeah, and of course, the end of this quest won't be the end of everyone's journey in Sumeru. There are still many puzzles and mysteries waiting to be solved. Whether it's Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Doctor, or the Balladeer, I think there still might be lots of unexpected things waiting to be uncovered.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the storyline, maybe we can talk about that massive mechanical-looking puppet we've seen. That's the god that the Academia has been creating.
That's right. And now that you mentioned it, let's talk about the Balladeer
Ini
boss
boss, Pak.
battle.
Ini weekly boss kita nanti.
This boss
Weekly boss
looks
pertama
tough.
Sumeru ya.
The Doctor must have put a lot of his
Ngeri
energy into
banget
this.
ya. Susah
Yeah, the
nih.
Balladeer has lots of strong and awesome looking abilities, so why don't we start by checking out some gameplay from the new boss battle?
Sounds good.
Woo!
Lawan Skramus kayak lawan Kasda. Oke, here we go. Ini dia bos. Bos di Sumeru nanti. Weekly boss pertama ya. Oh, udah gak ada musiknya. Anjir. Ini mungkin udah menjadi ciri khas World Boss Weekly Boss Fatui kali ya. Oh, tuh ada pet baru tuh. Yang terbang itu di Ether, yang ngikutin Ether tuh. Nah, ini nih. Itu gede banget. Oh, itu ada yang bantuin. Oh, itu kayaknya Nahida, guys. Nahida kayak itu. Dia nembak-nembak gitu loh, coy. Tuh. Tapi lucu banget ya. Ngingetin gue sama Arama loh waktu kita lawan itu ya.
Wow, just look at the size of
Waktu
it.
kita lawan
Pretty
bos
sure
yang di
this boss is gonna
Quesaranara ya.
push travelers to the limit.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that thing is
Kayaknya kalau disuruh
huge.
juga kalau misalnya pet kita
And
itu
come to think
bisa
of it, this is
menyerang
like
kayak
the
begitu
third
ya.
Fatui Harbinger boss battle we've had. They really
Atau
keep
jangan-jangan
stepping
itu
up their own
Arama,
design
guys.
every time. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
cool.
itu bakal epic
This
kalau
is
misalnya
an ultra
yang
powerful
benar-benar
puppet we're
ditemani
going up
Arama
against
lagi.
here.
Tapi kayaknya
we're
itu lebih ke
talking
Nahida
huge
deh.
attacks
Kalau
and
kalian perhatikan
epic
tadi skillnya
moves.
tuh kayak
Let's break it
Nahida
down.
gitu kan. Warnanya juga sama. Kalau
is an
misalnya
ultra
orang
powerful
yang
puppet
benar-benar
we're
ditemani
going up
Arama
against
lagi.
here. So
Tapi kayaknya
we're
itu lebih ke
talking
Nahida
huge
deh.
attacks
Kalau
and
kalian perhatikan
epic
tadi skillnya
moves.
tuh kayak
Let's break it
Nahida
down.
gitu kan. Warnanya juga sama. Aduh.
In the first phase of the battle, the balladeer will use his massive arms to attack everyone. The arms are capable of utilizing different elemental powers, and there are several types of abilities, including attacks that create fields of burning or freezing effects on the ground.
Kayaknya kita
you know
perbesar
what?
dulu
This fight kind
kawannya.
of reminds me of when we fight ruin guards. I think we'll have to come up with a way to paralyze it.
Right. And you might have
Yeah.
noticed there are some arcane formations on the ground, so activating those might trigger some interesting effects.
And I bet a lot of people are wondering what that thing is floating next to us. Not gonna lie, he's kind of cute. Oh, maybe it's Paimon reskin.
Sorry, but no. Not only is it super cute, but it's also super powerful.
Itu kok kayak
Travelers will need to charge energy for this
Iya, itu
little
berarti itu
helper
berarti.
and use its special skill to counter the boss in battle.
A
Tuh,
helper
lucu
in a
banget ya
boss
nembak-nembak
fight.
gitu. Dia
Yeah,
nembak
that's definitely
kakinya
not
ya.
Paimon.
Sepertinya ada weak spotnya juga deh. Di
Once
kaki
the
ada weak
balladeer has
spot.
transformed into this massive form,
Enggak aman ya?
our usual attacks won't deal any tangible
Nyerang
damage
terus
to
lah,
him.
lucu loh.
So, the only thing capable of breaking through his defenses will be our little helper that we just mentioned. There will even be some moments in the fight where travelers will need to use an aiming mode to attack the boss's weak points.
Who'd have guessed that little thing
Kayaknya
would be
memang
so
bakal
important
nemenin
against a
kita nanti
boss
kalau
the
kita
size of the
weekly boss nanti
balladeer.
tuh.
I know, right? They also use some amazing special effects for all of the balladeer's moves. Speaking of which, the cosmic appearance, the spacey special effects of his skills really kind of remind me of the Raiden Shogun skills.
Ah, you're right. And seriously,
Iya,
I
ngikutin kita
can't
sama skillnya
wait to
Raiden
check
Shogun
out
juga
this
ya.
new boss fight. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered the new boss battle, I think it's time to introduce the first of our new playable characters coming in version 3.2. Let's welcome Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida.
AKA
Yay, finally!
After everything
Iya
we've
ya, kalau yang voice
experienced
bahasa
in the
Inggrisnya
story so far, I
lebih
think
ke
Nahida's already
dewasa
like a good
gitu loh
friend to
suaranya
us.
dibanding yang
It's
Jepang.
seriously so crazy what we've
Tapi
been
Jepang
through.
juga ada ini sih,
I'm
ada
so happy to hear you say that, Zach. Okay, so throughout our journey, maybe everyone's
ada
already
khas-khas
noticed some
suara
of the
dewasa juga sih sedikit guys.
unique, let's call it that, unique metaphors that Nahida likes to use. And yeah, they can be pretty out there. Or sometimes she'll use really childlike language to describe some deep or profound idea. But the truth is, she has yet to set
Kalau
foot
di
in the
Jepang
outside
teri-teri,
world since she was born. To her, all the knowledge that she has in her mind is like pieces of scenery that she's never seen with her own eyes.
Totally. It's really hard to
Itu
imagine
redeem code
that the
pertama
god
ada
of
di pin
wisdom had
komen
been
buat
locked
kalian yang
up
belum
for
tukarkan.
500
Jangan lupa
years.
ditukarkan segera kawan-kawan.
It makes me upset just
Karena ada
thinking
batas
about it.
waktunya ya.
But I'm sure everything will work out sooner or later.
If travelers would
Oke,
like
ada
to
nih
spend more
story
time with
questnya
Nahida,
si
then be
Nahida
sure to
juga
check out
ternyata.
Nahida's story quest, Sapientia
Available
or Maste's
soon.
chapter. The quest will be available upon completing the Sumeru Archon quest. So be sure to check out the quest to learn more.
It's nice that we'll get to spend more time with her. But I want to see
Yang
Nahida
penting
in
manfaatin
battle.
alat bantunya aja
What you
nggak
got
perlu
for us,
zoom ya.
Kimberly?
Oh,
Ya, yang
I've
nggak
got
punya
lots
Zongli
to
mungkin
share.
bisa
But before we
manfaatin
get to
itunya.
that, let's have a quick peek at
Buat
Nahida in
bantunya.
action.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
Cute banget loh caranya dia nyerang.
Bro!
Dan model foto.
Temple of Wisdom!
Temple of Wisdom!
She's so cute!
Dapatin Nahida plus gratis ayunan.
Aw,
Plot
little
twist
Nahida
Nahida
is so
second
cute.
pass.
I love how she hops around when she's fighting. Oh,
Waduh,
and her
kalau
swing
second pass
too.
gimana tuh guys?
So, what's that skill that looks like she's
Tapi
using
bagus
a
lah ya,
viewfinder
nabung
or
lagi.
something? That seems pretty different.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with her viewfinder-ish
Normal itu
kind
namanya
of skill,
Akara.
which is actually her elemental skill. As a catalyst user, Nahida's combat style is pretty unique. You may cast her elemental skill by tapping the skill button.
Wah,
or
enak
you
asli
may
nama
hold the
Yelan
button
tuh.
to enter a naming
Sama
mode.
Shinju juga kayaknya luar
Opponents
biasa
who are
ya.
selected while aiming will be linked by Nahida's special mark. After you trigger elemental reactions on opponents who are
Wah,
linked,
muncul
and
terus
when they
itu.
take damage from dendro cores, Nahida will unleash
Apalagi kalau sama
Tri-Karma
Nilo ya.
Purification, dealing dendro damage.
Whoa, this is
Come on man. Ayo dong, Pak. Waduh, guys.
I love how it's like connecting the enemies
Aduh,
together.
Twitch.
Outside of combat, Nahida can use her elemental skill and enter the aiming mode we just mentioned to interact with certain harvestable items, allowing her to collect items directly to the inventory from a distance.
Whoa, wait. Being able to harvest
Nah,
materials
ini
like that
mungkin
is
udah
gonna be
bisa
so
ngekoleksi
cool.
material juga ya,
That'll really save us
bunga-bunga.
some time.
Yeah, this skill may
Bisa
also
juga tuh
have
baca
some
pikiran,
additional
guys.
uses, so
Lihat
travelers
emot
will have to give it
juga,
a try
emosi
themselves and see.
NPC.
Ooh,
Tuh, lihat
okay.
emosinya tuh.
Nahida's elemental burst is where things get really interesting.
Ini yang bikin
Upon
fun juga
unleashing her
nih,
burst,
skill-skillnya
Nahida
Nahida ya.
manifests the
Jadi
core
selain
of dreams,
buat
expanding a
lawan
special
musuh, bisa
field.
digunakan
That's
juga untuk
pretty
koleksi
amazing. The effect really does look like
koleksi
some royal
tumbuhan yang
court
ada
or
di
palace.
Sumeru.
Yeah, different effects will be produced based on whether there are pyro, electro, and hydro characters in the party. While Nahida is within the special field, a pyro member in the party will increase the damage of Tri-Karma Purification. An electro party member will decrease the intervals at which Tri-Karma Purification is triggered, and a hydro party member will cause the duration of the field to be increased. If there are at least 2 party members of the elemental types I just mentioned, then the effects will be increased further.
Whoa, this is blowing my mind right now. We'll really have to focus on which effects we want to
Buffnya lebih ke
achieve.
pyro,
Put some thought into our team's
pyro,
composition.
hydro,
Right?
sama
A key
elektro
thing to
juga.
remember is that these effects can be triggered while Nahida is not on the battlefield,
Wah.
as long as the active character remains in the special field
Damn
radius.
it.
Nice. Also, in
Pakai
addition to
elemental
Nahida,
burst-nya
we
Nahida
have
itu udah
one
berasa kayak
other
kita masuk
character joining
masjid.
us in version 3.2.
That's right. She's a
Layla,
very
okay.
peculiar academia student. Her name is Layla. Most days, she looks super tired and anxious, which seems to be a direct result of her relentless struggle with her studies.
Yeah, and not only is she frail and anxious looking, but she also studies astrology.
Kalau kalian insomnia nih
it's
ada
no
teman
wonder
kalian ya,
people around
Layla.
her might consider her a little strange and mysterious.
Hmm.
And even though she's always groaning about her studies, most of Layla's
Habis ini
research
kayaknya
work is
informasi
actually
tentang
fine
banner
overall.
deh.
It's just her lack of confidence
Tomita-san?
that's really holding her back.
Oh, pada kenal sama
And
Tomita?
that's when
Tomita
her
Miyu untuk voice
unusual
Jepang.
ability comes into play.
Karakter di
And
anime
her
siapa?
ability is
Karakter siapa guys di anime?
sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Udah nggak butuh lumin,
While
udah
she is
punya dedek
sleeping,
kawaii di
Layla
sana.
unleashes her
Anjir.
true self, allowing her to regain the confidence she needs
Seiyu Nahida sama
and
kayak Cici,
activate the
ya.
talents
Kalau
and
Tomita
strengths
siapa di
she's
anime?
had all along.
Nanachi, Metin
As soon as
Abyss.
she starts sleepwalking, her unfinished papers no longer seem like the monumental tasks they were, and she completes them in no time.
This is definitely something only Layla can do. Our viewers shouldn't try to do this with their own homework. But does Layla have any idea what happens when she's sleepwalking? I mean, does she know that she has this ability?
She seems to be aware of it. The
Gabriel
papers are
drop apa?
obviously full of her
Apa
handwriting,
maksudnya?
after all. But
Bang,
there
ada kode
have
lagi.
been
Sabar,
some
sabar ya.
weird
Nanti
instances.
bertahap
For
pokoknya.
example, once during
Nanti
crunch
akan ada
time
3.
while researching,
Satu udah muncul,
she
2 lagi.
sleepwalked and climbed the wall of Sawmill, and then randomly bumped into Candace. Such weird occurrences have made her start to wonder what's really going on.
Muncul lagi nih karakter aneh di
And
Sumeru.
aside from her sleepwalking, just like
Ada
any
aja
other student,
karakteristik
Layla has
karakter-karakter yang
many
playable
typical
tuh.
things that she hopes to achieve, as well as some
Kaguya-sama?
regrets. She wants to be able
Lino?
to make friends and go out and have
Redeem
fun.
code ada di pin komen.
But it seems
Dicek
like
aja.
she'll never be able to do
Baru satu
any
ya
of
yang
that
muncul.
until she graduates.
Seiyunya mahal semua Genshin ya. Ini salah satu
And
seiyu terpopuler lagi.
actually, I'm guessing that she uses her
Tomita.
sleepwalking abilities in combat too,
Rico
right?
Met in Abyss.
You bet.
Met in Abyss.
Let's have a look at Layla in combat.
Sweet.
Even
Oke,
when we're not
combatnya
looking
Layla.
at the stars, they're always there. Watching us. My guiding stars.
Ya turu mulu.
Stars, shine for me.
Ya ini shieldnya ngingetin kita sama Abyss sih. Cryo Abyss. Nah ini enak nih. Semoga play cryonya itu mantap ya.
It almost looks like she's sleeping while being protected by the shield.
This shield not only protects Layla, but also creates night stars while it is active.
Itu
When
ada
a
starnya
character
dan.
protected by the shield uses an elemental skill, more night stars will be created. Once
Oke.
4 night stars have been accumulated, they will transform into homing shooting stars, dealing damage to any opponent's hit.
Ooh,
Night stars. I love how her skills have a starry theme. It ties into her studies.
Kalau 4 star
throughout
sudah
the
ini,
skill's duration,
sudah aktif
each time
langsung
a
hilang
night
gitu
star
Kak
is
Shirley?
accumulated, the shield
Oh
strength
iya,
will
langsung hilang
increase.
ya.
This effect can
Baru
stack up
startnya
to a
tuh langsung
maximum
nembak
of
ke
4
musuh.
times. Whoa! Layla's elemental burst unleashes a dream sphere that constantly fires starlight slugs at opponents within its AoE, while also generating night stars for Layla's shield.
Yang nggak lambat sih
As a
sebenarnya ya.
talented Ratalis
Nyerangnya tuh.
student, Layla also
Tapi
comes
semoga
in
bagus
handy
untuk
when
nge-play
crafting.
Karayu.
When Layla crafts character talent materials, she has a
Ada
set chance
ICD-nya.
to receive double the product.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oke,
Anyway,
ini kayak
when can
Yula
travelers
juga.
expect to see these new characters available in-game?
Oh,
Great
jadi ini
question.
dia banner.
That brings
Jadi
us to
beneran
our
banner
new
fase
event
pertama itu
wishes.
adalah
In the early
Nahida dan
part of
juga
version
Iwoimia
3.2,
teman-teman yang
Nahida
akan
and Yoimiya will be
yang akan
available.
rerun.
In the later part of the version,
Ini
we'll be seeing
Tinder,
rerun
ada
event wishes for Yaimiko and Tartaglia,
kapok-kapok
and
apa?
Layla will become available for the first time. Also, a new 5-star weapon, 1,000 Floating Dreams,
Oke,
will
weapon
be
terbaru,
appearing in
ini
the new weapon
signature-nya.
event wish.
Oh, nice. By the way, I've heard that
banner
Layla's
keduanya
been
gua nggak
getting
lihat.
ready recently
Adakah?
to participate in Sumeru's Beast Tamer tournament. But before
Berarti
we
bener
get
ya.
into that, I think it's time for us to take
Informasinya.
another break. We'll be back with the
Nggak kayak
latest info
kemarin
on
yang
events coming
dikabarkan
in
Yula
the version
tiba-tiba
update.
albedo gitu.
I know what you're thinking. It's time for redemption code. You guys get it?
Banner kedua tadi.
I know.
Bener kedua
Alright.
Tatang sama Yai. Gue nggak lihat kambing gara-gara tuh gara-gara apa sih tadi tuh Tinder. Oke, jadi ini untuk kode kedua KS6 KL3 KS6 KL3 YJFCWM. Oke, itu dia untuk redeem code keduanya, jangan lupa ditukarkan guys. Tatang lagi. Tatang Yaimiko, yang artinya itu benar weaponnya mantap itu kawan. Oke, tinggal dicek aja itu di pin komen untuk redeem code-nya. Sudah
Welcome
terupdate
back
kah?
to the version 3.2 special program, everyone.
Oke, ini
Next, we'll
event-event yang
take a
ada.
look at
Nah,
some of
Dori
the new
beneran
events
kita dikasih
becoming
gratis
update.
nantinya.
An amazing fungus competition is about to begin in the lands of Sumeru.
Kejepit lagi
Not only
Yoimiya.
has it attracted local competitors from Sumeru, but also spectators from other nations.
Fungus competition?
Fungus
How does
competition.
that even work? Aren't fungi dangerous? They're always attacking us in the wild.
I know it sounds a little
Treasure
weird,
of Dream
but you'll
Garden Dori.
love it. In this contest, participants will use a special gadget called a Wisdom Orb to catch and train their fungi and participate in battle events. Although the fungi often pose as little troublemakers for us in the wild,
Udah masukin
using
aja
this gadget
standar
will allow
Yoimiya ya.
travelers to establish a certain
Itu
level
kalau
of
masukin
communication
standar
with them.
boleh juga tuh.
Okay,
Setuju
so
saya, setuju.
if I catch and train a Jade Plume Terror Shroom, then I should
Karena
be
kita
pretty
juga
much
belum ada
unstoppable,
karakter
right?
Inazuma yang masuk standar
That
kan?
would be fair.
Nggak
In
ada
this
kan?
event, travelers will be able to
Sumeru
sneak
udah
up
ada
on
Tinaru.
fungi in some certain areas to catch them. Unfortunately,
Inazuma
the
belum
Jade
ada
Plume
guys
Terror
masuk
Shroom
standar.
is not one of those areas, Kimberly.
Aww.
If you end up startling them, they'll flee until they are outside a set distance.
After catching
Redeem code baru
different
2
kinds
tuh.
of fungi,
Di pin
you
komen
can
aja
follow
kalian cek.
Paimon's suggestion
Jangan
and
lupa
give them cute
cepat-cepat
names.
ditukarkan
But most
karena
important,
ada batas
You will
limitnya
have
juga,
to
batas
train
waktunya.
your fungi.
That sounds fun.
Hayaka di
Travelers will
standar,
have to use
wow kayaknya
special
sih.
floral jelly ingredients to mix and
Oke
form
lah.
blends that your fungi
Sapa
enjoy
juga
and
tidak
unlock
mau
their
Hayaka
true
di
potential.
standar ya.
While mixing ingredients, you use copy, switch, and rotate functions, and place a preset formula you have
Oh, ini
in the
baru
corresponding spot.
baru lagi nih mini game.
Looks kind of like jelly.
Ini
I
kayak
bet Paimon's
main
gonna be all
bingo
over
ya.
that. Hey, Paimon wouldn't ever do that.
Bingo gak sih?
Well, I can tell why you didn't book that role.
And with all these different kinds of fungi, they should have different abilities, right?
Yeah, so to work on their abilities, we'll use something called the Special Training Mode. In this mode, there will be
Candy
two
Crush.
challenge types, Coordinated Assaults and Zone Defense.
Game gak ada yang masuk.
Travelers will be able to command
Oh,
their
Ben,
fungi's
HDC2 nggak ada
abilities,
persiapan
have them
loh. Kenapa
coordinate their
Sagami?
attacks against a single
Thank you, Sagami,
target,
super chatnya.
and control them to defend the ley line monolith.
TCG mana nih? Sabar,
Oh,
ini
they're
belum
so
dibahas.
cute. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. As for the
Nanti juga
rewards,
paling
in addition
tiba-tiba
to Primo Gems
Sagami udah
and
cheat 3
various
aja tuh
materials,
hidayahnya mungkin.
once travelers have reached a certain phase of the event, they will also be able to summon the great and almighty merchant, Dory.
And Layla will be appearing in the event storyline, as well as a familiar visitor from another nation.
Oh, Layla nanti munculnya di event ini,
Any
guys.
idea who it
Story-nya.
could be?
Storyline eventnya.
Supposedly a fun guy.
Okay, I see what you did there. I respect it. Let's leave that for travelers to discover themselves in the event.
Plan versus Zombie Genshin
Okay,
Impact lagi.
next up we have a change of pace with an
Adventure
all-new Trials event. For this event, travelers will have to use characters' special abilities to complete specific objectives. For example, you may have to knock slimes into the goal by triggering an overloaded reaction with Yen Phase and Klee's attacks,
Wah, ini
or
udah
use
bisa kayak main
Yeon's
bola sih,
elemental
Mas.
skill to move quickly and dodge giant pinballs.
Bola
Here are
ini
some
kayaknya
others.
bisa dibikin
Use Xiao's plunging
main bola
attack to
kayak yang ada
send
di Stumble
platforms
Guy
back
juga
to the
kan.
ground, or
Mini-mini
use
game.
Beidou's elemental skill to hit the ball.
Nice. Kok satisfying banget
some
berarti.
pretty
Ini
unusual
eventnya benar-benar
training.
fun banget loh, guys.
Yeah, and to
Asik.
make things even more interesting, this event will support
ini kayak di
co-op
Stumble Guy nggak sih?
gameplay.
Oh,
Iya, ini kayak di Stumble
this
Guy
sounds
nih.
like it'll be a lot of fun to watch. But
Oh,
what
tapi
about
beda sih.
objectives for
Oh, enggak sih.
characters that maybe we haven't unlocked yet?
No worries, we got you covered. All the corresponding
Fun
characters
banget
will
loh
be
event-eventnya.
provided as
Baru
trial
semua ya.
characters in the challenges.
Perfect.
In addition to these events, version 3.2 will also
Oke,
feature an
ini
event for our
event-
players to put their skills to the test.
Apakah event
This time,
hypostasis
we'll have a
nanti
new
bakal
edition of
susah?
the Hypostatic Symphony event.
Nice.
Hypostatic
So, what changes
Symphony.
can travelers expect this time around?
The most notable change, of course, will be the addition of the new Dendro Hypostasis.
Ini bahannya Nahida dari
That's
sini
right,
nanti
the
nih.
last member of the
Nahida C2
Hypostasis
is real.
family will be
Banner
officially
weapon
landing in
juga
version
win-win.
3.2.
Iya.
Besides serving as a new open-world boss, the
namun
Dendro
Chester incar-
Hypostasis will also be busy performing alongside its fellow Hypostases in the Hypostatic
Incar Nahida
Symphony
C2 kah?
event.
Nggak
This time
nanggung
around,
apa itu C3 aja
Travelers will be
sekalian.
facing challenges featuring the Dendro, Cryo, Pyro, and Hydro Hypostases. Before each challenge, travelers may select a buff effect to
Dari
use.
ketupat ya.
However,
Dendro Hypostasis.
as you increase the difficulty, the number of uses will decrease and the enemies will become more challenging. So it'll be super important for travelers to plan the right moment to use these effects.
So what options do we have once we run out of buffs?
Travelers will
Kayaknya
still
bakal
be able to
sulit nih
use food
hypostasisnya.
and potions from their inventory. If you're aiming to just collect all the Primo Gem
Wih,
rewards, then don't
skill
worry.
baru ya.
You won't need to
Ini
up the
dulu sempat
difficulty too
yang
much.
bikin kesel juga
good to
eventnya
know.
nih. Hypostasisnya soalnya untuk
I,
skillnya
for
sendiri
one,
tuh
will definitely
beda
not
sama
be upping the difficulty.
hypostasis yang kalian lawan di open
And
map ya.
just like before, you may tackle the challenges together with your friends once
Tapi
they have
seru
joined
lah
your
ini
world.
tantangan
Great.
baru lagi kita
We
lawan
can help
bosnya.
each other out.
Oh yeah.
Rehat
Now that
lagi.
we've covered the challenge event, let's take a quick look at a couple more casual events coming our way in the new update. First, we'll be finding inspiration for an illustrator in the Outside the Canvas Inside the Lens event.
Apakah
And
hadiah itu
once
Ayaka?
again, we'll be working together with Lieben in Marvelous Merchandise.
Ada Liben.
It's also worth mentioning here that some optimizations have been made for the photo event this time around. Everyone will be able to select from some preset angles and can make use of the rotate and focus
Photo.
functions to take better pictures.
That's great.
While you're out taking pictures, you may run into some interesting storylines along the way.
Bakal muncul
So
Liben
be
juga
sure
kan
not to
nanti?
miss Outside the Canvas, Inside the Lens.
Man, I love these kinds of events. Sign me up.
Update
Yeah,
to the
me
Serenity
too.
Pod system oke
In
nih.
addition to all these new events, we also have
Replication
some news
system.
on
Nah, ini yang bisa
system-related
copy ya.
updates and optimizations. I'm really excited about the first of
Oh,
these,
ternyata
which is
yang
regarding the
apa yang
Serenity
punya
Pod.
Serenity Pod itu bisa
Starting with
disable,
version
guys.
3.2, the Serenity Pod will be
Jadi
adding the
bisa ini
long-awaited
ya.
replication system.
Oh,
Wow, that's
ini
super
di review,
amazing.
oke.
Yeah.
Langsung bisa
This
di-copy kan?
feature will allow travelers
Kita
to use
use
sharing
langsung
codes
bisa,
to
guys.
bring
Ini caranya,
designs from other
confirm.
travelers' teapots and
Tanpa
implement
minta
them in their
izin,
own.
bos.
Or
Tapi yang punya
share their
tipe
own
itu bisa
teapot designs.
disable fitur
I
ini
know
ya,
there
biar
may
tidak
be some travelers
dicuri
out
gitu
there
loh.
who have seen some
Desainnya.
amazing teapot designs that they've wanted to also create themselves, but didn't have the ability or time to make it. With this new function, travelers will be able to bring that creativity back to their own teapot or share their creativity with others.
Get ready to hit up your friends with amazing teapot skills.
Oh, I can't wait to see everyone sharing their designs, especially with me.
Which brings us to our final update to share with everyone. This one is regarding the game's available languages.
Tapi
Starting with
item-itemnya harus
version
kalian punya semua
3.3,
juga, guys,
which will
sesuai
be the
sama
update
item
following
yang
this
dipunya.
one, Genshin Impact will be
Serenity
adding
Pod player
Turkish
yang kalian
and
mau
Italian
copy
to the
gitu loh.
game language settings. So, players who'd prefer to see the game's text and UI in those languages can look
Ditambahin
forward
lagi
to
tuh
that.
The
bahasanya.
team truly hopes that travelers from all over the world can enjoy the game and start their own journeys through the world of Tibet.
For further details, please check Genshin Impact's official
Bakal rame
channels
joki
and
tipe
keep
deh.
an eye out for future announcements and info.
Wow.
Ngapain
You've
juga
covered a
bisa
ton of
langsung
stuff.
di
Seriously,
di
it's a
copy.
lot to take in.
For sure.
Gue pikir
So now
gue
is
pikir tadi
probably a
bisa
great time for our last
bisa apa ya? Bisa
redemption
disetujui dulu
code.
gitu.
Oh yeah, let's
Mau
go.
di copy atau tidak ternyata langsung joy. Tapi pemilik tipe juga bisa ini ya, menonaktifkan fitur copy paste-nya itu. Oke, ini redeem code terakhir guys, 3 EGS6 RL KGK WU ER. Oke. Nah, itu redeem code ketiganya, jangan lupa ditukarkan. Semua redeem code-nya sudah dibagikan. Kita lihat lagi. Adakah kira-kira kejutan? Paimin Sub Indo. Lumayan nih 300 primo lagi. Menurut kalian ini si Lele itu sesuai
Well, everyone,
ekspektasi
I
nggak sih
think
ntar
we've
ya?
covered just about everything coming our way in version 3.2, which means we've arrived at the end of our special program.
This was fun.
Akasha
Yeah.
Pulses.
Yeah, no, we
Kalpa
covered
Flame
a
Rises.
ton of stuff.
So
Realkah
much
itu
stuff.
Yeah,
Dupindo?
yeah. So many events too. But the most,
Oh,
the thing that
ada
I'm
nggak
most
tadi
excited about
Dapindo?
is, of course,
Kayaknya
the
enggak
playable
sih.
character. The playable character.
Lebih ke subtitle deh kayaknya.
Obviously.
Nice.
Tapi entah lah.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely the Balladeer. Dude, it looks so insane. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that.
Kapan PS4 bisa
no, for
60
me,
fps ya?
oh my gosh.
Tuh, PS4 nggak bisa 60
so many
fps.
things. Battling the
Padahal kita yang versi PC ini tuh
dendro
berharap
hypostasis,
banget
and of course the
pengen 120 fps.
fabulous fungus frenzy.
120 fps tapi belum
getting my little
kesampaian.
fungi
Baru
and
ayo S
battling
ya.
with them. And you know the teapot, the Serena teapot, I'm so behind on my teapot, so I can't wait to
You gotta get on it.
hopefully get some designs from others, or at least, you know, get some inspiration from
PS4
getting
mentok
another
30
teapot
fps.
design.
Wah,
And just as we mentioned earlier,
nggak ada kejutan
even though the
belum selesai
Sumeru
guys.
Archon quest will be reaching its final chapter here, it most definitely won't be the end of our journey in Sumeru.
Tunggu dulu,
In
tunggu
our
dulu.
story
Siapa tahu
this
ada
time,
lagi.
we'll be encountering some interesting and mysterious content, and I hope
Tapi
it
kalau
will be an
misalnya hostnya
amazing
kayak begini
experience
tuh
for all
kayaknya
of our travelers.
nggak
May
ada
the wisdom
kejutan
of the
kali ya.
Dendro Archon be
Beda
with
kalau
all of
misalnya
you.
hostnya itu
See you in game,
ini
everyone.
para
Bye.
pegawainya.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Gotta be kidding. Wah. Loh, bentar. Bukannya informasi TCG harusnya 3.2? Anjir. Feeling gua kayaknya udah bener sih tadi ya. Kalau hostnya mereka cibi-cibi kayak begini, kayaknya memang jangan terlalu berharap bakal ada kejutan, Pak. Aduh. Segitu doang. Bentar banget. Wele, tak kira bakal ada kejutan soal anime. Ternyata tidak ada kawan-kawan. Ya. Bentar, kita cek dulu yang di versi Jepangnya ya. Kita cek dulu yang di versi Jepang. Kayaknya trailer yang ini udah muncul kali. Gue pengen lihat trailer yang Jepangnya guys. Kita coba lihat dulu ya.
エビの救出にも成功し、スメールを変え
Oke, bentar. Keep read. Mana yang Jepang nih? Bentar ya. Singkat, padat, jelas.
こんばんは。俺は旅 そして、
バージョン 3.2 予告番組へようこそ。大マハマトラのセノだ。
いよいよバージョン 3.2 終わらない家臣探査とスリリングな砂漠での旅を終えて、スメールの魔人任務はついに最終章を迎える。俺は頼もしい仲間たちと共に送信救出のためにチームを結成し、教令員に挑むことになる。
俺たちもこの最終決戦を心待ちにしていた。
Aduh, bentar ya.
早速最新 PV を見てみよう。
Nah, oke. TCG itu game kartu, guys.
想像しろ。今、
Nah, ini yang
俺
voice
たちの
Jepangnya
計
nih.
画は全て完了した。
Subete kan yoshi.
暗草なりデビの救出にも成功し、スメールを変えられた。
ん？今何か通り過ぎたような。
博士がスメールから離れたことは、私たちにとってもあいつにとってもいいことかもな。
Iya, ini kayaknya dibagi tim gitu ya. Nahida awasi Dotore, Peter bareng Nahida untuk lawan Skramush. Kayak Blue Archive ini Pak. Musik-musiknya. Kok cute sekali, lucu sekali. Foto.
でも今はこんな感覚に酔いしれている場合ではなかったわね。今から逃げても遅いかな。それ
Tomika ya tadi ya kalau nggak salah.
呼び
Tomika
かけに応える星たちよ。
siapin karung bang. Kok karung? Kantong plastik bos.
幸いまだ少し時間が残っている。すべてを片付ける余裕ができた。
あらら、これで終わりだと思っちゃった？
待って、違う。そんなの違うわ。
それは世界樹によって隠された
Siap-siap
世
merinding lagi
界
nih.
全体に関する真実の秘密。
完全に神になった罪
知恵を司るか。通りで自らの民にさえ見捨てられるわけだ。君は居場所を失う。
Naik lagi ke kepala.
臨天百度。
ここで旅人を犠牲にするのがお前たちの計画じゃないのか？
ニロ、本当にやるつもりか？あいつらのためにこんなリスクを冒すなど。
Ini Nilo kenapa ya kira-kira ya?
正直に言う
Wah, ini yang bikin gue
とちょ
merinding.
っとだけ怖い気持ちがあるの。でも暗草なりデビ様のために私やってみたい。
アルハイゼンの計画は俺が思っている以上に過激だ。
野郎ども、エルマイテル団がどれほど手強いか思い知らせてやれ。
アサ君はこのスメールを裏切り神に背いたものだろう。
神を作る。我々は人類の知恵をもってして神を作っているんだ。
今ここに魔人戦争の一角を再現し、僕の神としての誕生を証明しよう。
Anjir, tetap aja merinding kami. Musiknya luar biasa, epic banget ya. Ah, nggak sabar saya guys. GG. Oke, udah cukup. Jadi itu dia untuk spesial program versi 3.2 yang luar biasa sekali. Ya, sayang sekali tidak ada kejutan di versi 3.2 ini. Pikir ada itunya. Trailer terbaru animenya gitu. Ternyata nggak ada, guys. Dan ini juga sih ya, informasi tentang TCG ya. Yang kemarin dikabarkan akan muncul di versi 3.2, tapi kemungkinan sih di gameplaynya kali ya. Musiknya tidak pernah mengecewakan ya, setuju sih. Dari dulu memang luar biasa sih. Genshin nih.